Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Juliet, and I will be the moderator for today's webinar. Before we dive into the content, let me cover a few housekeeping items. At the bottom of your screen are multiple engagement tools you can use. All tools are resizable and movable, so feel free to move them around to get the most out of your desktop space. You can expand your presentation area or maximize it to full screen by clicking on the arrows in the top right corner. If you have any audio or video issues, you can find answers to some common technical issues located in the help widget at the bottom of your screen. Please note that a copy of today's slide deck and additional resources are available in the resource list. Please have a look and download everything that you may find useful. Also, the webinar will be recorded and sent via the email you registered with. Lastly, if you have any questions during the presentation, you can submit them through the Q&A widget. We are here to answer you live via the chat, so don't hesitate to reach out throughout the presentation. Now, a little bit about our speaker. Today, we're joined by Carrie Brightcheck. Carrie is a Director of Solutions Architecture for Aerospace and Defense with a focus on the specialized business and technical needs unique to this market. She helps lead the company in systems engineering and model-based systems engineering, also known as MBSE, domain. She has over 25 years of experience leading systems engineering in the A&D industry, with roles at the US government, Lockheed Martin, PTC, and Jama software. She is a member of the NCOSI and member of the Women in Aerospace organization. Outside of work, she enjoys playing jazz, guitar, and gardening around her farm, which sometimes requires the operation of tractors and UAVs. And with that, I'll pass it over to you, Carrie.
Thanks so much, Juliet. Welcome, everybody. Let's talk about the updates to our aerospace and defense frameworks. So a little bit of agenda of what we're going to talk about. We'll talk about just a little overview of our existing airborne system solution, and then we'll see what's new in that solution. There's cybersecurity and safety, and then there's a library of CFR regulations as well. We do have updates to our space and defense data set templates that we have, including the European cooperation with space standards. We have a library for that. We have the Space Command Range Safety Library that's available, and we have a library of DIDs that you can use. Let's get started. So the airborne system solution. So when we say solution, it's really a complete set of frameworks, example projects, and the procedural documentation that goes along with that. And it's really intended to accelerate your implementation of Jama Connect, especially those that are developing airborne systems and the airborne systems components that are going to live on these aircraft. When you utilize these frameworks, it really has, you can either have zero setup time. So we've developed the solution to align with the standards. And you can also tailor it. So your consultant that's teamed with you can help you tailor it to meet your very specific business needs as well. So it's really designed for any organization, whether you're a startup in the airborne systems world or whether you're a long time developer of aircraft. The airborne systems solution is really designed to help you ease the path to regulatory compliance, to help the engineers produce the evidence and collect that evidence in coordination with the regulatory requirements and the industry standards that are used, that are requiring the acceptable means of compliance. In today's world, there is a lot of new engineers that are being employed in airborne systems development, and really this particular template is helpful to them because it really gets them to understand, how am I supposed to do development? That, we all know that airborne systems development has the most onerous and rigorous standards of any industry, and teaching our new engineers is very time consuming. So having this template with all of the guidance built into it and the procedure guide really helps our new engineers to get started. So there's three components to the airborne system solution, what we call the data set, a procedure guide, and the success program. The data set essentially is what you get when you install Jama, and it has the templates. It has a ready-to-use configuration that matches those regulations. It has all of the item types, all of the reports, all of the best practices built right in. And then the procedure guide and the documentation, the reports, essentially show you how the airborne system template is meeting the industry standards. So how does it meet ARP 4754? How do you use the solution to meet DO 178? That sort of a thing. And then we also pair our solution with specific consulting. So our consultants already are very familiar with the regulations, with working with our customers that have been delivering and developing airborne systems already, as well as systems engineering best practices. Some of our customers have interesting supply chain needs, and so they might want to use an additional tool that we package called Data Exchange. That's just an add-on to the solution. So that when we look at the framework itself, there are a lot of industry standards that we support. These industry standards are the acceptable means of compliance that the FAA and EASA recognize in order to meet type certification. So we have those processes that come right out of those standards built right in to the framework. So that framework consists of, specially configured item types, pick lists, and views of that information. We have our relationship rules are aligned to the types of trace matrices these particular standards are calling for. We have workflows and guidance for how you conduct reviews of information as well. We have the libraries of standards. So if you need to comply with the different CFR parts, we actually have those pre-imported. This is something new that we've added, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. And the framework includes these document export templates, as well as risk templates and analyses templates, and more. Now, this is accompanied with a procedure guide. So along with not only just the template itself in Jama, we give you the procedure guide. You can take this guide and tailor it to meet your specific needs as well. This procedures guide is updated. So as a subscriber to the Airborne System Solution, any updates we make or new releases like what we have right now is included with your subscription. Just makes it easy for everyone to kind of understand, how do I use Jama if I need to meet these industry standards. Also with this particular release is the configuration and update guide. So this is new this time around. This particular guide gives a very detailed description of the entire data set. It includes all of the types that we've defined, all of the pick lists that are defined, all of the relationship rules, all of the workflows. So if you need to update from your existing airborne system solution and take in aspects of the new release, it makes it really easy for you guys to update as well. And this might be something as well. So if you tailor from your existing Jama solution and you want to keep track of that, something like this might be a really great way for you to document your own implementation of Jama itself.